5 cars going in.
Big welcome to Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit and its Extreme Festival's bumper edition. We got regional and national championship contenders and categories all mixed up into one massive day of racing. And the first race about to go across the line, lights out, and time to hit it down towards Growthorne. Starting on pole position, looks like we're in for a bit of a fun and games here with our classes D and E for BMW Performance Racing Series, the M Performance Racing Series. Down towards turn 1, looks like it's going to be a big move coming through there from Andre van Vuren. Van Vuren looking good, but further back there we'll pick up on the likes of Theobald Smith, who comes around the outside there in the Amtech BMW into Growthorne for the first time. And bringing our race action to a start here for the very first time of a long day of racing. Yes, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and if you just joined us, a big welcome from all around the world to check out what's happening here at Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit with the Extreme Festival of Motorsport, proudly presented by Coca-Cola. Oh, and already action! There we go! Getting real coming out of the Xcane barbecue. Foot started, gets a little tap, and the Duratec Batteries BMW is now sideways and definitely facing the wrong way. They head into Sunset Clubhouse for the first time. You can see some maneuvers coming through from Michael Grobler. Grobler dropping back slightly from the third place he was in. He's down to 4th, so didn't quite get the start he wanted. But how awesome is this for a start? And it's incredible to see. It's over 60 BMWs here. Sideways there from the 5IS. Might pick up on the number and look back there. Certainly everybody giving it stick right from the word go. They come up to the vehicle for the very first time. And up onto the braking point, you can see a move from Trevor Long has paid off big time. Long has moved himself up completely from where he started. And now looking for a possibility of getting into at least that top 3. Hangs on at the front end at this point in time, and a little bit out of shape, a little cold. The tarmac's not quite up to race temperature, boys and girls. Remember, we've still got a couple of laps to get the heat into the rubber. Darby Ulifur, who was supposed to start on pole position, looks like he dropped back slightly and hasn't quite got it right there, but watch out for that man. He'll be coming through pretty rapidly as they come to complete the first lap. It's a 7-lapper here for these guys. They're working on minutes as opposed to laps today, try and fit everybody in, so we'll keep an eye out on how those laps tick off. But that is the first one in anger. Looks like we've got a BMW parked on the sideline there as well, one of the cars that didn't quite get out of the circuit for this first heat. Hutton is the man out front, controlling things at the moment, with Van Vuren closing him down. So we're watching for this backpack, because they're starting to come through here thick and fast, including the boss man. Anna de Gavea is up there as well. Remember, he comes off a victory at the last round of this championship in this category. But with a couple more contenders here, it looks like he's dropped back down to about 7th or 8th place. They try and hang on and fend off the attack coming from Eugene Close and coming out of Sekudu as well. Olerata Sekudu having a fantastic run here at Kyalami this week so far. So remember, we started on Thursday. We had practices on Thursday. Yesterday we had practices qualifying. And today it's all about racing. So anything that gets on the track today is going to be in a race format. This race format always works well, particularly here at the circuit. Live on the inside there from Gernholz. Gernholz having a look at the inside, trying to find a way past. Watching for that valve doctor machine on the back end. The Gavea is in flight right now. Slowly but surely getting to the lead. But under a little bit of pressure there, as I said, from Gernholz. He had a look heading into the S's. And coming out of Sunset towards Clubhouse, there was another little squeeze. Not quite close enough to get through there just yet on Bernard de Gavea. Lefevre has got his own little issues right on his tail as they come through there. You can see he's fighting with Nick Haps. Haps having the start he wanted, but we might be able to catch up with him a bit later on when he comes to join me here at the studio and talk about the A, B and C classes a bit later on. But D and E, absolutely amazing to see. We're sitting with 34 cars on track just in class D and E. It's just an amazing effort there being put in. The Liquid Moly BMG car there, the 146 machine, looking pretty tasty as well for now, but a bit further down I think than what he'd like to be. It's great to see that they're fighting all the way through there, but Karabo Manamela, remember, finished up his debut in this class at the first round, or the second round of this championship only a couple of weekends ago at Twato. Now in the thick of it, big time. Heinz Bazay, of course, the man from Dunlop. He is in the track taxi this weekend. That's the BMW 330i station wagon. He gets an opportunity to drive this weekend. Great to have the sort of boss man behind the input from the majority of the classes. In fact, I think every single class here this weekend, besides the big extreme supercars, run on Dunlop rubber. So he's getting a chance this weekend to have a go in the track taxi, which is great to see. Former national production car championship contender himself, and certainly knows what to do. Speaking of knowing what to do, well, getting to the front, we got a change up. At the front, looks like Hutting's got through, or Johan Smith has made his way through there on Hutting, so a little change between the two of them. A bit further back there, they come through with Olorata Sakuru slowly but surely starting to make his mark and get a little bit closer to these top three. Top three battles, too. One huge fight. It's great to see that. It's kind of what we want to see with Andre Fatira now in the mix as well as they get up onto the brakes up towards Leopold. Goes around the outside. That's an impressive move there. Because remember, you'll get the drive down the hill and into the mine shaft and hopefully be able to hang on to that inside line. Still a big fight on there, as you can see, between Blue problems of his own though. The shaper at number 57, Neil Reynolds. Well, Dr. Carr doing a super job to stay up there with that 00 car machine of Darby Olivier. Behind him, slowly but surely coming in there is Josi. Josi starting to get a little bit closer and get up into that little mix that they're looking at. Vessel also not too far behind them. They get Habs just up the road from them, so I think a little bit of work to be done. As you see the reverse angle there coming out of Crocodiles. Getting into the right-hander, tricky right-hander. See how far and wide they go up onto the curb. Sometimes even into the grass you can really see somebody's been on the grass this morning because there's a black line through there. Somebody must have run it slightly wide. There is Berze in the track taxi. That's another lap completed. These two down to the braking point, and a little bit of a change up. There's Reynolds, goes high and wide into Crowthorne. Darby dives the inside. Cosi comes around the outside, tries to go with him. Haps is in there as well, and look out for Neil Reynolds. He's joined the party too, so it's kind of like a five-way fight there between them. I mentioned that Eddie Rodriguez has made a return to circuit racing only a couple of weekends ago at the previous round of the regionals. That was at Swartkops. It's fantastic to see him back in a race car, but he's also in the mix there as well, sitting just off the back of that pack. It's a great battle between these five cars. Well, if you're hanging on for now. Tail as they head towards the Essex coast, right in behind that. Looking at to the left hand side, gets the slightly underway to the right hand side. And then the short strip up the hill towards vehicle. Triple apex at the top here. So a couple of lines and different angles you can attack this corner at. Gives you an opportunity to either go inside or outside depending on your lane choice, heading into the first of those apexes. Certainly looks like a good drive coming from Coast. Someone slowing. It's a 9 car. Oh, that's not good. Problems there, unfortunately, for Mario Hutting. He was up in second place at one point. He's dropped all the way down to 10th or 11th. Wow, how's the shopping and changing? Haps getting a little bit out of shape there. Giving Close a chance to squeeze through. There might be a problem there on Haps' car. Seems to be slowing a little bit by the looks of it. Johan Smith has gone across the line. He's got 3 laps to go. He leads out. He's got a little bit of a margin there, but I can tell you he's not a huge margin. There you can see the Amtech car, our leading car. How far back is Van Vuren? There he is. Van Vuren's starting to smoke those Dunlops coming out off Crowthorne corner. Into barbecue and Yuxke. Curve-in car getting slightly sideways on a few occasions and the braking locked up slightly as well. Third place at the moment, Paolo Cavalieri. Wow, out of nowhere. Mention him at all so far, but he was tucked in there in that black car, almost like a shadow behind all the rest of the BMWs that are out there. He's now made himself very much into the sort of low light conditions we've got here. It's not quite sunny just yet, it's quite overcast here at Kyalami, so waiting for the sun to pull out and make its appearance for the first time today. Remember, we've got action coming from not only our regional categories but from our national championship categories as well. It is fantastic to have such a huge field of cars here at Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit. Looking forward to all welcome to everybody joining us on the live stream as well. I see the Vigaras and the Ellenvelds from East London are awake. Good morning, my queen. Looks like we've got a couple of people that already joined us from our international fans all around the world as well. So a big welcome to everybody east of South Africa. You guys would have been awake a while ago, so some of you even on your way to bed, but I know there'll be a lot of people down in Australia and New Zealand that'll be tuning in, trying to catch as much of the action before they've got to get a bit of shut-eye. So the action heading into this one is going to be 2 more laps to go. How's this? Here we go. A little bit further back there. The 12th car having a phenomenal bite. Wessel Mostert and Nick Capst. This time side by side as they head down the hill. As they head down into the bottom end of the mine shaft. We'll watch these cars run very wide and late braking required here. 46 is late on the brakes. That's Karabo Malamela having a look on the inside of a slightly new livery there for Wessel Mostert. But Mostert keeps him at bay, only just. I can tell you I've been around the circuit with Karabo Malamela in a race car, and he certainly knows what he's doing in a race car, so it's going to be a hard man to keep at bay. And saying that, Malamela's got his own problems, because right on his tail he's got Claudio Jardine and Johan van Rooyen in the mix as well. Back to the fight that we were watching earlier on. 31 car coming in there is Nicholas Habs. He'll be joining me hopefully a little bit later on for a bit of commentary for classes A, B and C. Malamela has got his hands full here, big time. Down onto the braking point to the final corner there. Wessel Mostert getting the drive as we watch front end of the field again, and that mid-pack battle starting to come through there too. Malamela now under attack from the 4-4 car. Karabo is not going to have it easy at all, as he's being put under massive pressure there from Claudio Jardine. Lauren Nidaba, of course, one of our lady drivers in this mix as well. I mentioned the fact that we've got 2 or 3 ladies involved in racing today in all forms of the categories. We'll get to them as we get into it, but fantastic to see the Women in Motorsport program working phenomenally well. Slowly but surely these ladies are becoming big threats, particularly in some of the classes we'll chat about through the day. Even outgunning the boys, showing that they've got what it takes here to run and be part and parcel of the extreme festival category we've got here racing with us today. Nice Jose, Roland Hopkins just behind him. Nice little fight. Malamela under pressure again from that 4-4 car. Claudio Jardine, Johan van Rooyen also into the mix now as well, as they slowly but surely start to get to grips with these last couple of laps. We've got 1 to go for the leaders. They've already crossed the line and we're heading sort of into that final lap, but you can see focusing here on this mid-pack battle. Malamela on the inside. Look how tight it is there from Johan van Rooyen. Late on the brakes, he's bringing along the track taxi of Heinz Bezay too. Bezay gets slightly bit of drive out of Crocodiles and heads into the cheetah. Right-hander on the inside. Forcing, oh, that's Jardine running wide. Forcing a maneuver here, and how's this late braking inside line? Wow, that was close. Amazing stuff. BMW there coming through and trying to squeeze past. Roland Hopkins had a big look there and an opportunity of note. He's got a lap to go. So our leaders are onto their final lap. Keep an eye on them, but how tight is it here between these two? Malamela and Jardine going in, and Rodriguez just up the road from them. There is the front end of the field. It's an amazing run here. So far, this is about 3/4 of the way through the field, actually not the front end just yet. There's the front. Johan Smith in the Amtech BMW. He's got about 2.5 seconds over second place Paolo Cavalieri, who's moved himself up into second now. So Cavalieri had a bit of a tough start trying to find his way through the field. Michael Problis in there as well, and we'll keep an eye out on Andre van Vuuren. I think actually Andre van Vuuren might have moved himself up into second. He has. So van Vuuren in second, Cavalieri looks like he's up to third. He's dropped Michael Problis down to fourth. Class E combined here for M Performance Racing Series, heading towards Crocodiles for the last time. Come out of a fast right, a left-hand sweep, and of course then into a tight right-hander. Little kick that heads them to the final corner. Here they come. Johan Smith with a comfortable margin in the end in the Amtech BMW, about to come through here for the first victory of the day. He will start our race victories for the combined extreme festivals of nationals and regionals presented by Coca-Cola Beverages with a victory. So So it's the Antec BMW who wins out over Paolo Cavalieri. Mike Robler, Andre Van Vuren and Trevor Long, your top 5 in Class D. We're going to watch for the Class E battle still coming to the line. Vessel Mostert, Eddie Rodriguez, in with a shot here to possibly wrap things up for them. Reynolds in the Valve Hospital car going across the line now. He'll finish up not quite where he wanted to be. I'm sure that he would like to be a little bit higher up than that. Here we go into the breaking point and some maneuvering. Oh, here we go. Johan van Rooyen coming to the line, and as they cross the line, it's Vessel Mostert who hangs on for the win in Class E. Eddie Rodriguez will be in second place. Claudio Jardim managed to squeeze through and get ahead of Johan van Rooyen. And looks like he dropped Karabo Malamela behind him as well, with Bose bringing up the tail end there from a Class E point of view. But that wraps up our first heat of racing for the day here. And man, have we got a program of note for today. There is non-stop action right the way through the day, starting with this incredible first race.